Alright, so to start off, I'm gonna moisturize my face with the Tula 24/7 Moisture. One thing I have been using lately that is the only thing that ever seems to help when it comes to eye creams or anything is Arbonne RE9 Advanced Corrective Eye Cream. It's the only thing that I've noticed that ever actually helps with my under eye circles. I have them really bad. It's just hereditary, just how it's gonna be. I also will have a link if you want to buy the full size one of this down below, and they have a lot of great skincare products, so definitely check it out. They're my hands down favorite skincare line. So here I'm mixing MAC Studio Face and Body Foundation in the shade N5 with Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless in the shade Nude Beige. Here I'm using Tarte Shape Tape to prime my eyes. This is my hands down favorite way to prime my eyes to get ready for some eyeshadow. I'm obsessed with this mug and I'm obsessed with this tea. I drank like 4 glasses. We're gonna go in and set our eyes. I'm gonna be using the Latte 2 palette from Dominique Cosmetics. The brushes are never clean, they're always dirty. I'm going in with Cafe Con Leche and Frothy. I'm gonna set my entire lid with these 2 colors. I wanna make sure to cover my whole lid so that there isn't any wet concealer poking through, otherwise your eyeshadow could come out muddy. All right, now we're gonna go in with our Tarte Lip Palette, and I'm gonna take the color, a little bit of Dreamer and a little bit of Natural Beauty. All right, now we're just going to go in. It wasn't really quite dark enough. Not as dark as I wanted, so we're gonna go in just Dreamer. Alright, sorry, I had to change camera angles for a second because the other one was just messing with my eyes. So the next crease color we're going to go into is Multitasker. When you apply this, you want to keep it just under where you applied your last crease color because you want your first crease color to pop through. So try and focus it more on the lid. Using a more densely packed shader brush, I'm going to go in with the color Bombshell and focus it primarily on my lid. I'm going to go back in with the same brush we did to do our first and second colors. We're going to go back into Bombshell. I'm just going to kind of take it, kind of just work it up. I'm gonna go back in with this brush. We're gonna go back into Bombshell, that darker color we were using. Pinch it. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do my brows. That sounds about right. Using e.l.f.'s Ultra Precise Brow Pencil, I'm gonna focus it primarily under my brow and on the tail. Going in with the Sourmé Brow Palette, I'm going to grab the second darkest color. And I'm going to focus this more on the front of my brow. Using an angled brow brush, you want to find one that's pretty thin. I'm going to swipe upwards, almost mimicking how my hairs would lay. Alright, now that the brows are on, I'm going to move on to eyeliner. If you guys saw my last video, I talked about this eyeliner. It is so awesome. It's from Anastasia. It's in the color Jet, waterproof cream color. And it is awesome. A little goes a long way. It glides on so nicely. It's so super, super black. And I love it. It's my new favorite. So using the same brush you used for the front part of your eyebrow, you're gonna dip it back and forth into your paint pot. And it always helps if you look down at yourself in the mirror and then draw your eyeliner on. It actually makes it look like it flows a lot better with the shape of your eye. Using a larger angled brush, I'm gonna go in with the color Fashionista. It's the darkest color in the palette. And I'm going to stay just above or go over the liquid eyeliner you just did. This is a way where you can kind of make it a little bit bigger. If you did decide you want another bigger wing, you can do that too. It's also a really great way to set that liner if your liner doesn't dry as quickly. I personally like to do this for this look because it really brings that dramatic depth I'm looking for. I'm actually gonna go in with our little dense packed shader brush again. I'm gonna go in a little bit of Fashionista, a little bit of Bombshell. I'm just gonna press it. I take whatever is left over on our little shader brush that we just used and kind of pop under there a little bit. Alright. I never wear headbands either, so this is like a little weird. I like it, just a little weird. I actually decided that I want to take this darker one up just a tiny bit more. So I'm gonna go in with Bombshell and Multitask. Just touch that crease a little bit. I do this all the time. I end up like have a plan out, mapped out in my head. Halfway through it, I end up changing little things, tweaking it, making it a little different. Okay, I'm gonna stop touching my eyes now. We're gonna move on. All right, now it's time to conceal. I'm gonna take my all-time favorite Shape Tape in the sand. Wow, in the shade Light Medium Sand. And what I like to do is I use my concealer almost as a highlighter also. So it's gonna go under my eyes, obviously, because I have dark circles. And I'm gonna put a little bit on my forehead and a little bit on my chin, maybe sometimes a little bit on my nose, and then you're just gonna blend this out with a beauty blender. Now I'm doing a new favorite trick of mine with concealer. I'm using the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. And you use a darker color than what you would normally use, even for a foundation. You want something almost to the level of what you'd have to pick up for a bronzer. And you're gonna use this to contour, use it as a cream contour. I tried this the other day and I really liked this technique. So you just have to make sure not to get a color that's too dark for you and just to blend it out as best you possibly can. You don't wanna go too far in, otherwise you're gonna look like, which some people wanna do that. I personally don't. I like to keep it just past there. Voila. Now if you want to go back in and carve out your cheeks more or your jowl more, you can. I used the powder version of this. I wanted to try the cream version and it blended really well, worked really well. So if you have never done contour before but you want to try it out, give this a try. I want to say it was like $6 or $8. It's not bad and it worked really well. Alright, now I'm gonna set my under eye with the Anastasia Translucent Loose Setting Powder. So the technique I'm using right now is called baking. This is where you take a beauty blender and you dab it into your setting powder and you blot it under your eyes and you let it sit for a little bit and then you wipe it off with powder brush. People like to do this. It prevents creasing from happening under your eye and it makes it look more flawless. Now, if you're not comfortable with doing this, you don't have to. This is just something I'm doing for this particular look because it is a little bit more glam. I just realized that we never primed our face, but I normally do that, but I was a little distracted because today I'm wearing foundation. I normally don't. But the primer that I normally do use is the Tula Face Filter Primer. I've talked about it in a couple of my other videos. It's really good primer. If you ever had a chance to use it, you probably understand. It's pretty awesome. All right, now we're going to warm up our face with my favorite Hoola Benefit powder. And with the concealer that we just used to kind of contour our face, like I didn't have to go as dark as I normally go with bronzer because the concealer did most of the work for me. I'm gonna take the powder blush from Milani in Wild Rose and I'm just gonna touch the top of my cheekbones with it. Alright, and today I am going to be popping on lashes. Normally I wouldn't. I do like lashes. I have nothing against lashes. But I feel like with this look, the full look really wouldn't come together without lashes. And I haven't done them in forever. So I'm going to hop off really quick and pop these on because it takes me a minute. So be right back. Alright, so I just popped my eyelashes on. Feels a little weird because I haven't worn these in a minute. Alright, now I'm going to put on a little mascara over them just to connect my eyelashes to the fake eyelashes. Alright, next step is going to be highlighter, and we're going to use my ever faithful Too Faced Candlelight Glow. I am going to use a highlighter brush this time. I normally don't, but ever since I started using one, it just changed the game. So I got this from Sonika Kashuk. This is just her highlight brush. Okay, now we're going to move on to lips. I'm going to stick with something pretty neutral, because my eyes are pretty loud right now. So usually if one thing's pretty loud, I like to keep the other thing pretty neutral. So I thought it was rolling and it wasn't. I already lined my lips with the NYC matte lip liner in the shade Soft Spoken. It's a really just like neutral tone. Now I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. liquid matte lipstick in the shade Blushing Rose. Now we're going to go in and set our face with the e.l.f. Dewy Setting Mist. And there you have it. This is my go-to smoky eye. It's really simple. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you had a really easy time following along. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, subscribe. I post videos. I try to post them weekly. Sometimes it's once every 2 weeks, but you know, life just gets in the way. School, all that fun stuff. Quarantine, viruses, you know. But thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.